Today's Cosplay Con Talk episode is sponsored by Moco Queen Color Contacts. Don't forget to use my code Wayne for 10% off at checkout at mocoqueen.com. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. How's it, everyone? Wayne the Unknown here, and welcome back to another episode of Cosplay Con Talk, where we basically discuss everything pertaining to the cosplay community and conventions. I'm joined here by Trombone Desya.
Yep,
Okay, just what I'm not going to try to pronounce that again because I'm going to get tongue-tied.
totally fair.
And I'm doing, as you know, probably one of the best well-known segments on my channel is Get to Know That Cosplayer. We get to talk about their cosplay and convention experience. So, to begin, Desya, how long have you been cosplaying for, and what got you into the hobby?
So I have been cosplaying, if I remember correctly, 13, 14 years since middle school, actually.
Oh wow!
Um,
So basically, when like cosplay was like becoming really big here in the States, like
yeah,
when it was like
100%.
when it was becoming, as I should say, more mainstream. Like it was well known. It was like known in the '90s, but like I feel like 2009, 2010 is like when it was becoming really popular here in the States.
Yeah, yeah. So it was like 2008, 2009, one of those
Oh.
summers.
Well, congratulations, as I call it, congratulations on being a cosplay veteran. You've been cosplaying for you've been cosplaying for 10 plus years, so you've seen the change and as I call them, the convention trends over the past 10 years.
Oh yeah, I've seen a lot.
I I believe it.
Um, what got me into cosplay, one of my friends in middle school reading class handed me a manga of Yu Yu Hakusho and said, "You should read this." And I was like, "All right." And they were like, "So there's a convention in the summer, and I'm going to convince my dad to go, and you should come with us." And I was like, "Okay." And we're like, "We're going to dress up. I'm going to be Tifa." And then I was like, this was deep in Kingdom Hearts 2 territory. So I was like, I'll be Demyx from Kingdom Hearts 2. And that was how it started.
And uh, what you were who?
Demyx.
Oh,
Um,
the dance water dance.
exactly. Run,
Freaking
run away.
Oh, I hate that boss fight so much. You just brought like bad memories of fighting him back in the good old days of Kingdom Hearts 2. Was easy to fight in the Hercules level, but when you're in Hollow Bastion,
Yep.
you can fight him again. It's like every time the dance water dance, like no, enough with that, you tweak piece of shit. Sorry, I just I hate how yeah, wasn't a fun boss to fight. But so your first cosplay was Demnix. I guess usually we'll talk about cosplays later, but what was it like cosplaying as a member of Organization 13, especially? And did you have the water guitar he had?
I was not into building props yet. That was a cosplay I think I threw together from, all Amazon link stuff. I think I did. I think I got everything in like a month. This was before Amazon Prime was even a thing, really.
Cosplayer's best friend, especially when you're on a crunch.
Me right now. Uh,
Oh, ooh.
eh. But yeah, that was well before I had any knowledge of anything. So I just really had the cloak, the wig. Thankfully, I had like black boots and black pants. So like I got the look together. But I walked in the door of the con and I just hear Demix from way up on the second floor of the convention hall. I'm just like,
Boy.
oh my God, is this what it's like?
Um, yeah, pretty much that's what it's like. Do you remember what I think I'm not sure if I asked you, what was your first convention?
It was MetroCon 2009. It's
I've heard of
13 years ago.
I've heard of Metro.
2010.
Oh, so wow, 13 years ago. I think I've heard of MetroCon. Where is that located?
That is Tampa, Florida.
Oh, okay.
That was when I lived in the boondocks, and we all packed in my friend's dad's minivan, and we all drove the hour and a half ish to Tampa. And
MetroCon. I'm looking at it right now. Oh, okay. So the last con I had was in July.
yeah,
And
yeah,
those
we just went to that one.
you can correct me. Oh, it was their 20. Oh, they've been around for 20 years. Wow, since 2003. Nice. This is their
Yep, that's their page.
okay. Cool. So what was it like going to MetroCon 2010? Back like again, this is like when cosplay and conventions were becoming super mainstream in the States.
Yeah, so MetroCon 2010, it was still boasted as the largest anime convention in Florida, so it has held that title for quite a while. Um, but I would say back then, going as a awkward 13-year-old, uh, 13, 14, somewhere in there, it was it felt empty compared to what it has been now. It has grown
Oh
exponentially.
yeah, I just looked it up right now. The overall attendance back in 2022 was over 12,000 attendees.
That feels about right.
That's a lot, but again, I feel like every state, the more well-known states will have those big cons that have a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not
Um,
dissing on the other states. It's
no.
just there are certain states that have like big cons, and I've heard about a lot of cons, but I have heard of MetroCon. I can't remember who I heard it from, but I have heard of it.
Probably Sailor. I know they mentioned it
Right?
once or twice.
Probably. So MetroCon 2010, you're cosplaying as Demnix, and a big, pretty decent sized con because again, you're cosplaying and going to a convention at like the height of cons becoming mainstream.
Yeah. Um, it was a very it was a time. That's for sure. It was exciting. It was overwhelming because as Demix in the height of that Kingdom Hearts era,
Mhm.
when it was still
Not to mention the fan fictions and all that stuff.
we don't get into that
I've
one.
seen them all. Yeah, because yeah, literally, this is like yeah, because that stuff was like becoming popular as well. So a lot of people. It wasn't until like 2010 when I seen like a lot of Kingdom Hearts cosplayers because it had been 5 years prior since Kingdom Hearts 2 came out back in 2005.
Yeah, it definitely got that resurgence when like the
The ships of Dimnix and Zexion and all the fanfics that I've seen yeah.
Demix and everyone, which was probably is so problematic because I'm pretty sure that's a minor now.
Oof. Just big oof. We're not gonna go into that.
No.
But so your first con, Metrocon, what was it like? And you say you went with your friend and your dad?
My friend and her dad.
Oh, your friend and
My parents very much were like, "That's weird. Here's $20."
go have fun. Go spend time with your friend and their dad. We don't want to be part of this.
Honestly, it was it was a lot because that was the time it had researched, so I was recognized a lot. Uh, took my parents' camera, and I probably took 300 photos in one day.
Ooh, geez. Even I can't take that much. I take like probably like 15, 20 photos a day, depending on the length of the con, because I'm like everywhere.
It was an exciting time, and I didn't think I was gonna do it.
Good old digital camera with shitty resolution.
Oh yeah. Exactly. Expensive for 2010 because we had money, but like
Oof.
nowadays it looked like a potato.
Wait, Demnix or the camera?
The both.
So who did your friend you said your friend went as who from Kingdom Hearts?
Tifa.
From
Uh
Kingdom Hearts 2 or Final Fantasy 7? Because I
the
know that
the
I know they're both the same person, but
they are both the same person. She went with the Kingdom Hearts outfit because it's more toned down because again we're
uh,
13, 14 in that age range.
you said Tifa?
Yeah.
I can't remember what she looks like, but continue the Metrocon story.
Um but yeah, it was very much walking in heat of the summer, um all pleather cloak. We're dying. I'm dying. My friend's fine because she's skirt, short sleeve shirt, but very recognizable characters. So we were both recognized a lot and welcomed and complimented a
For
lot.
anyone who wants to know who Dimnix is, I'll show a bigger picture with the comparison. Do you still have a picture of the cosplay?
Ooh, I'd have to dig on my Facebook, but probably.
All right, well, if you do have it, and I'll be showing a bigger comparison. For those who aren't familiar with Dimnix from Kingdom Hearts 2, this is what the blonde little annoying shit looks like. And I'm not talking about Alois Trancy.
Hmm.
Because this is what Dimnix looks like. So yeah, is it like that's a lot of leather?
Oh yeah,
And you're this is like Florida heat summer too. So like, oof, you must have been
yeah,
sweating in this cosplay.
very much so. I was smart enough, thankfully, to like I think I remember wearing a tank top and a t-shirt to like help bolster some of that heat and get the pleather off of like the main part of my body. And like it had the double zipper. So like I lifted the bottom zipper up a little bit just to give more
Oh, nice.
breathing room. Um and Florida summers 15 years ago were not as bad as they are now, that's for certain.
Oh,
But
jeez. And I can't imagine if you had his guitar thing too. That would just even if you just made it out of cardboard, that still would have been a lot.
it would have been a lot, even just to give it any dimension. But nope, I was hands free, camera in hand, and that was it. I don't even, this is so bad. I didn't even have a water bottle, nothing.
Ooh, for shame.
I know.
So, but other than that, you enjoyed the con despite, the heat. And was this a 2-day con or is this a 1-day con at the time?
Uh, it has been a 3 day con as long as I can remember. Uh, it ventured into 4 days a couple
Ooh,
years, but it's been 3 day for as long as I've been going anyway.
ooh, 4 days. That's just a lot.
It certainly was, especially when you still
Oh,
decide
thank
to
you.
wear heavy cosplays.
So wait, who would you go aside from Dimnix then at that con?
So that year I was only the 1 day. It was, school, con, break. Uh, so that was it. That was more than enough for me and my friend, and it wiped her dad completely out.
Well, I'll bet, trying to keep track of two teenagers at a big con. I mean, it takes a lot out of you.
Oh, for sure.
So fast forward, how many cons have, if you can remember, how many cons have you gone to in total?
Ooh, I think I'm approaching 20. It's not as many as you would think because I started so young.
But you were starting at the height of
I
conventions becoming mainstream. You also had, your well-known cosplayers today just starting their cosplay career out too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. I've hit MetroCon every year they had one since I started going, except for 1 year I missed.
Was it around COVID?
Uh, so no, they actually didn't include COVID in their year. Um, So they just completely skipped over 2020 and went into 2021. I missed 2019 to help my old roommate vend at oh God, what weekend was that? Anime Fest Orlando.
Okay, I've also heard of Anime Fest as well. I also have heard of Holiday Matsuri, which is also over there too, or Whole Mat for short.
Yeah.
So out of all the cons you've been to in the past 10 years, it doesn't seem like a long, that doesn't, it seems okay. But yeah, in the past 10 years, you said 20, oh, you said 2010, 13, wait, math. 13 years you
2010.
so
Yep.
13 in the past 13 years, what has been your all-time favorite con in the past 13 years you've been going to cons for?
Whew. Um Hall Mat 2021 probably is my
Oh,
favorite.
nice. I had a friend who went to Whole Mat in 2021. I heard it's a pretty decent con, some mixed reviews, but all not that bad.
From the cosplayers and con goers perspectives, it's usually pretty positive. It's the outside forces that tend to have a negative look on the con because it's a hotel con. It can get very rowdy.
Oh, I mean, your guests, cosplayers, yeah. I'm surprised Whole Mat hasn't moved to a convention center, especially with how popular it is.
It probably will. It's definitely outgrown the World Marriott, so
I
we will
mean,
see what next year holds.
when cons grow, you're gonna need like, hey, we have more people than we expected because everyone and their mother-in-law, even if you're not into cosplaying or anime, you still want to like, hey, there's this big event going on. I want to check it out. So, the more people, the chance like, hey, maybe we should, go to a bigger location before we start, having too many people crowd a hotel like the Marriott.
You would think.
Mm, you would think. Some other convention related questions I have is a question I always try to ask. Sometimes I forget it because I've done so many of these in the past 2 years. What are your thoughts on bringing a convention exit buddy with you? Someone just to bring along, where even if they're not really into this, it's like good to have someone with you just in case things just get a little out of hand and hectic. It's like, hey, can we go somewhere so I can decompress, sit down, try to find a place to get some food, yada yada yada, that kind of stuff.
Oh, 100%. As someone who's done cons with friends and has taken myself to a con by myself 2 years in a row, um, going with someone to help rein you in, um, to help say, hey, it's been such and such since you've had water and you're in a heavy costume. You should probably drink some.
Drink some water, not energy drinks. That stuff will make you crash hard. I know from experience.
But definitely have that exit buddy, that self-control, even help self-control each other because that's definitely important. You want to definitely have an equal give and take if you can remember.
I completely agree on that. So this is like a two separate question. Advice for first time attendees and advice for first time cosplayers going to a con.
Yeah. For first time cosplayers, don't be afraid if you are not screen accurate. Screen accuracy is the least important thing unless it is a character that is deeply important to you. Um, and if it's cosplay you're gonna wear over and over again, if it's something that it's like, oh, I'm into this, but I don't see myself being into it that long, go for something easier. See if what you have in your closet that you can upcycle back into something similar. I know I've upcycled from Goodwill. Do not be ashamed to go to Goodwill or other thrift stores. I have pulled so many of my cosplays straight off of thrift store racks. Um, don't be afraid to just do what you enjoy, even if it's quote unquote cringy. Cringe is dead.
Mm.
Um, as for first time con goers, bring an empty water bottle because most cons will not let you bring in a full water bottle, even if it's sealed, because outside alcohol is always a thing. Um, bring an empty water bottle, be prepared to fill it in the con. Bring money for snacks, have a budget, make sure you take breaks and get a chance to sit down, especially if you are in heavy cosplays or heels or anything that is going to be uncomfortable through the day. Make sure you take plenty of rest breaks because cons, especially that first one, is going to be draining.
Oh, I agree. 100%. So another question I always ask, um, oh, let's see, I asked the conjunction, I asked that one, I asked that one. Oh yeah, another question I've been started to ask. This will be out in September. Well, yeah, this will be out this month as September. What cons will you be going to after September this year? Any last hurrah cons to end the year to end the con season before next year?
Um, yeah, so middle of September, we're hitting up Ancient City Con in St. Augustine, me and my partner.
Ancient City. I'm looking that up right now. Continue.
It's a small, delightful little con. We went last year. It's great. Um,
Ancient City Con.
yeah.
All right, Ancient
Um,
City Con. I'm looking that up right now. Ooh. Oh, the logo is a shuriken. Ancient City
yeah.
Con. I love the robot looking mascot. Featuring guests from these popular shows: Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, My Hero Academia, Galaxy Quest, Amazing World of Gumball, They're in the Big Blue House,
Yeah.
Encanto, and the Muppet Show. This is I'm kind of look at the guests for 2023 real quick. Continue.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's a 3 day con. It's a 3 day con.
It is a 3 day con. It's a small
Oh,
con, but it is a 3 day con.
oh,
Um,
Jeffrey Combs.
yeah.
Man, hey,
We're hitting up
A lot of Star Trek guests.
that that is a big draw. I think last
V
year,
V Neil. Oh wow. Yeah, I recognize almost all these actors. Nice.
uh,
You got there's some pretty
th-
good guests for this con here. Sorry. I just
yeah,
keep
no,
on
you're
looking.
you're fine. No, it is despite how small it is, I think it pulls maybe on Saturday 4K people.
I mean, Saturdays, from what I've realized, Fridays everyone's just, screw you, I'm waking up. I don't want to get into cosplay to it. I'm in my cosplay. I can do whatever I want. Sundays, like almost all the vendor booths have their most expensive stuff bought. There's like, just the minor stuff left. And everyone's just like, okay, I'm ready to go home now.
100%. 100%. But it does get a big draw because it's in St. Augustine, so that's a nice vacation spot if you're not local. Um, so that's our big hit, and then we don't plan anything until early December. We're hitting Tampa Bay Holiday Cosplay or Holiday Cosplay Tampa Bay. I can't remember the actual order of the name. That's a newer 2 day con that my partner went to last year. She had a good time. So we're gonna do it again in wake of all 3 days at Hallmat because of the schedule shift because of the Marriott being the Marriott. And then probably 1 day at some point for Hallmat just to round it out because that is always around her birthday at the end of the year. So that's her thing for herself. And, you know, as her partner of 3 years, I have been pulled into and adopted into it.
There's a lot. Just the list keeps going for this con. Oh, some of the local cons here should look into getting some of these guests.
It is, honestly, yeah. If local cons get even one or two of those bigger names or even just names from bigger series,
I mean, they
you would
even got.
see
I mean,
growth.
it said that Eric Vale had to cancel. That's completely
He
under
did.
due to work, which is totally understandable. But like, yeah, no, like, I can't even like. I'll probably put like a link. Yeah, because this will come out. Actually, give me a minute. I need to check my calendar real quick. So
Yeah.
that's the 15th or the 17th, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this video will be out while you're at that con.
That's wild.
So while we're talking, you'll be at the con to watch
Yeah.
this. Yeah, sweet. Um, so now to cosplay related questions is a question I usually forget to ask here and there. Again, I've done so many of these. Um, Advice for someone who wants to get into cosplay and thoughts on thrifting for your first cosplay, especially if you're a cosplayer on a budget or you're new to this hobby. Because let's face it, this hobby is not cheap.
No, it is not. Um, as someone who does work on cosplay on a budget, I am 100% finding um, stuff in thrift stores, um, cheaper, like nondescript stuff on Amazon that I can upcycle or change slightly, or in like craft stores. They're like plain shirts that you can fix up. Um, Definitely approach it with a mindset of this is my first cosplay. It does not have to be perfect because this is
Mm-mm.
just like any art form and it can only get better.
I completely agree. Which brings me to a question I don't think I've asked you in quite a while. What has been your favorite either thrift store cosplay or upcycled cosplay?
Oh, goodness. That runs me through a lot of cosplays.
I guess I should say your low budget slash. What's been your favorite low budget slash closet cosplay?
Let's see. Um, I think my favorite low budget cosplay would have to be Finny from Black Butler.
Ooh, he's my favorite.
That I pulled
Well,
$4 shorts from Goodwill.
and he's fairly simple, and plus, if you have short hair, you can just dye it blonde.
I did not back then, that's for sure. But
Oh, you wore a wig.
I had a brilliant anime blonde wig.
Now, like this is like your a good wig or your cheap wig that may look too small and very freaking shiny, like it's like greasy shiny type.
It definitely wasn't too small just because I have a smaller head because I'm shorter. But it definitely had that synthetic shine to it that I at the time I didn't know how to do anything about because this was what was that? That was 2016? Yeah, that was Anime Boston 2016 I wore him.
I've heard of anime. Now I've heard of Anime Boston. It's the second Boston themed con. Uh,
Yeah, no, that's my favorite. It's very simple, very light, very comfortable. That is an easy to wear cosplay in heat anywhere. It was not comfortable at Anime Boston because it was 50 degrees outside.
ooh,
It's shorts and a three-quarter sleeve shirt did not do it.
I mean, I'm looking up Finney now because I haven't seen what his character looks like. Makes me kind of wonder if he's gonna be brought back. I saw real quick because I like talking about anime as well on this channel along with gaming. Well, for the other segments, I know they're bringing back Black Butler,
I saw that and that
so
scares me.
I'm like, okay, okay, well, let's just we'll see. So you did that one.
Yeah, I had the sun hat and everything.
His backstory is sad though,
It so very much was.
but then you realize oof, yeah. I watched Book of Circus and I'm just like, mm,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
mm.
That was hard to sit through.
Oh yeah. So now on to have you ever you said you make your own cosplays too, right?
Um, I
Or
have
or
dealt
or, or like upcycle. It's like,
I
you take
upcycle hand sew. I've not hand sew. I have machine sewed in the past and I'm getting back into that. Since I do have more of a budget than a potato now.
but hashed potato budget is just I'm just picturing as a potato holding like a dollar bill.
Honestly, though, that is 100% what it felt like.
That needs to be a shirt. Just potato budget. It's just a picture of a potato and holding a dollar. I'm sorry, that's just.
That I'd make a good meme.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, recently I've done a lot of upcycling, but my first handmade cosplay, 100% handmade except for one piece of it.
Hat, hat, hat.
Oh, well. It was Yoko Kurama from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yoko Kurama. Looking them up right now. Continue.
Um, yeah. No, that was 100% handmade. My friend, down here in Florida, we have 4-H, which is I don't know where if it's everywhere, but it's a big
Oh yeah,
club of
yeah.
just
I'm familiar with Future Farmers of America. No,
that's FFA.
FFA. But yes, 4-H. We have 4-H here too. Oh, this
Yeah.
guy right here. Oh, I froze.
Oh
Shit.
no.
My webcam is getting old. Oh,
Same
just
webcam, same.
there we go. And three, two. I'm back. So,
Hey. Yeah, that is him. That is 100%
that's a
him.
lot of white and a
It
big.
sure was.
So did you actually? Oh, he has a tail too. Okay, I was like,
Yep.
okay, I got
So,
confused here for a minute. Netflix, it's ticked. It's okay.
uh, yeah, no, that was we found a pattern, we got the cloth. The 4-H group I was in was just a sewing class. It was me, two of my friends, a couple of like slightly older women, like maybe in their 30s, and then a bunch of like granny age women who were teaching the class. Um, and I want to say every Tuesday or Wednesday, it was probably Wednesdays because I was still had band back then on Tuesdays. Every Wednesday we'd go, we'd do a little project. On Saturdays, that would be our big work days. Um, so the outer tunic, 100% from pattern. The tail was a feather boa
It
sewn
works.
onto it sure did.
It works because buying tails for buying like the big fluffy tails for cosplays is not cheap either.
Ooh. A pair of like I don't know $8 Inuyasha ears off of Amazon or eBay, something like that.
It works.
It did. It worked. Um, Shoes that admittedly were 2 sizes too small and were miserable, but I made it work.
Ooh.
There were lots of band-aids involved that weekend.
Oh, hopefully so. Hopefully, I mean, even though they were small, hopefully you like were able to find a way to break them in.
Oh yeah, yeah. We broke them in. I still was smart and I still went and wore band-aids because I was not gonna go home with blisters.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson that
Oh,
that that day.
I bet you did. I mean, I mean, I'm sure the
Keep
cons.
hunting.
I'm sure like aside from the shoes, I'm sure the rest of the cons was comfortable because it basically, it's like it looks like breathable material.
Yeah, it was very breathable. The only thing that really sucked was the wig because it's a long wig. Um, take care of your long wigs, guys. Uh, That was the worst part, was just having all that heavy hair on my head. But other than that, the outfit was breathable. Uh, this was back before I knew what binders were, so I had like a tank top on underneath to like kind of hide how deep cut the sleeves were on the sides. The pants were comfortable, breathable. Even though I went with true to form and I put elastic in the bottom of the leg. Um, the shoes did suck, but other than that, it was one of the most comfortable cosplays I had worn up until Finny.
It works. Um, and I'm glad you enjoy. It seemed like again, you seem like you enjoyed that cosplay. Aside from the wig, the tail. I mean, not every cosplay is going to go according to plan, but as long as in my opinion, everyone's opinion is, but as long as it fits, it's comfortable, you like it, that's all that matters.
Exactly. 100%. If it fits, it's not miserable to wear, and you enjoy that character, you're golden.
So now on to the cosplays you've done. What's that one cosplay you've not done in so long that you would like to bring back?
Ooh, that digs deep.
Oh, and
Um,
trust me, I have a lot of curveball questions to come.
let's see. With the resurgence of Good Omens, I would love to bring back my Aziraphale cosplay.
Ooh, he is on my list. Me and my partner, I roped him into cause tell him if we're doing this, you're going as Crowley. He's going as Crowley, I'm going as Aziraphale.
Yeah, my girlfriend said if she got into season 2, she'd be more than happy to wear Crowley for two reasons. One, matching cosplays, cute. Plus, she's significantly taller than me, so it works. Um, but I also have an ex that was my Crowley and was toxic, and it would just be a nice rub in the face of I have someone
Like,
that treats me properly.
who wants to be my Crowley? Who wants to be my favorite, angsty demon?
My my sneaky snake.
Uh, now another question, another one. As I call them, do you have any one and done cosplays? It was a cosplay you did once because either you were curious, someone wanted you to do it, or it's just at the time it was all right, but like you look back, it's like, yeah, I no, I never want to do that cosplay again.
Ooh. I kind of have those feelings right now about my Remus Lupin cosplay from Harry Potter for multitudes of
We don't
reasons.
have to go into it, but I
Nope.
can I know what you're getting at. It's
I
the
did that for my ex-partner. They had a thing for David Tennant, so they did Barty Crouch Jr. and I was like, "Oh, I really kind of like Remus Lupin. I'm good with SFX makeup. Let me throw that on. Let me upcycle my old Doctor Who jacket."
it works. Oh wait, you
And
were Doctor Who as well?
I was the 11th Doctor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we love
Did
Matt Smith.
did I gotta ask, did you have the fez?
Of course I did. Fezzes are cool. Bow ties are cool.
Yeah, I for someone who actually does wear bow ties, well, when I wear suits, I have to agree. So Remus is your one and which I get it. Lately a lot of people are looking back. It's like I don't won't do Harry Potter cosplays anymore. I mean, I did one once, and I've learned a very valuable lesson.
Yeah.
Order a size up if you're going to cosplay as Professor Snape, and make sure you buy the right size safety pins and not baby size ones that break real easily.
Measure yourself.
Yeah.
We're all guilty of it.
Yes. Now what's been your all-time favorite cosplay? Like, It no matter how many times you cosplay, you always enjoy cosplaying it, as I call it, your comfort cosplay.
Um, my comfort cosplay is going to be quote unquote cringe. It is Sapnap from the Dream SMP.
Who?
That is a question I get a lot. His name
Wh-
is Sapnap. He
Sap,
is
sap, or zap?
Sapnap, like tree sap and nap time.
And from what?
The Dream SMP.
I feel like I've heard that before.
It
Oh, Mike,
was yeah,
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Oh,
Yep, that's him.
is this like a YouTuber?
Yeah, he is. You since Dream was popular, he was one of Dream's two best friends that they always played together.
Yeah, I remember.
Um,
Speaking of Dream, I remember the whole Dream fiasco when he.
yeah. Hmm.
So Dream SM. Oh, I'm just gonna type in. I'm just so I'm making a list of the cosplays we talk about, so I can send it to you later. So you can send the photos. Dream Mine. Dream Minecraft. That's all I'm gonna put, and you'll
Yeah,
know.
that's fair.
And that looks like it'd be
Um,
a pretty simple cosplay. The shirt was like, is that supposed to be like a flame on the shirt?
it's a pixelated flame.
uh,
That was a very simple cosplay to throw together. I didn't quite go with like the striped like sport jogger pants he's got on. I just went with regular black pants because it was what I had in the closet.
I mean, yeah, look, I'm looking at it. Yeah, I'm looking at the. Okay, yeah, that looks like, and then so the white shirt, probably like
White shirt.
like a black sweater, black pants, and like from what I'm looking at, it looks like he's wearing striped shoes.
The good old checkered Vans, actually.
Those.
Yep, the good old checkered Vans. I got knockoff checkered Vans for I think
God, if
$16.
that doesn't scream cringy high school era, I don't know what does.
Yup. Um, but yeah, that is a cosplay I fall back on a lot. Hi, Brooklyn.
Cat, cat, I want to see
Cat.
cat. I do allow pets to be sure.
She is.
Sorry, I'm a sucker for cats.
Mwah.
Cats are probably like the number one that make the number one guest appearance on this series.
I believe it. All
Whether
cosplayers have a cat, I
I
swear.
mean whether it's my geeking out, the gaming content, or this one, cats are like the most common appearance. It's like a Final Fantasy game. It's known for having cats.
Yep. That was Brooklyn.
I don't know why she's so precious.
She's something, that's for sure.
She's a diva.
No, she's just dumb.
Oh man.
She is pausing TVs and glass and runs into glass type of cat.
Oh, she's a derp.
Yeah, but we love her.
Um, so we so that one. So now, cosplays you're currently working on.
Um,
Because
Cosplays I'm working on.
because I
Ooh.
know by the time this is out, I don't know if you'll have cosplays afterwards.
Yeah, I only have one for the end of the year. No, I have two
All right,
that I want to work on.
what are the two that you're gonna work on?
So I'm working on a version of Link from Legend of Zelda.
Ooh, which any specific game or just your own kind of thing?
It's based on an AU that's on Instagram and Tumblr. It's called the Link to Universe. But it's the link that comes from A Link Between Worlds, A Link to the Past, the Oracle games. It's that specific link.
Okay, well, I'll just put a picture of Link so people know. So if they don't know who Link is, you're living under a rock. Nice. And what is the other one that you plan on doing for the end of the year?
So this is hopefully end of the year, but definitely into next year. I'm going to make my own my Inkling from Splatoon.
Ooh. Nice. You're gonna have like the hat
The the
beanie
the
thingy.
the tentacle hair, the ink tank on the back.
Ooh,
Uh
I've only ever seen a Splatoon cosplayer once. It was they were cosplaying like the sisters with the white and black hair.
oh yeah, yeah, from the first game.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, my girlfriend has already done her Splatoon inkling, so she knows what to do. So I'm just gonna follow her footsteps. And we're gonna be matching.
You know what? Since you actually have a cosplay partner, have you and her done any cosplay couple things together?
Um, yeah, we've done a couple.
What's like I guess your top three?
Top three. Um, so Dream and Sapnap is like buddies type of thing.
Dreaming who?
Um,
Oh,
Sapnap. So my
oh,
emo kid, and then she did Dream.
where with then she was like wearing the mask.
She had the mask.
Did you do a face reveal on the internet?
She
No,
actually
no,
did
no,
do a
no
photo with.
disrespect, no disrespect against Dream. I just again I remember seeing that and the internet, mainly Twitter, went freaking insane.
Yep, exploded. We also did a canon couple from the Dream SMP. Philza and his wife.
I'll just write canon couple because
Yeah. Oh goodness, what else have we done? Have we done a third one together? Oh, from Sanders sides. From Thomas Sanders. He does a YouTube.
I'm okay. When you said
Yeah.
Thomas, I'm familiar with his old days of Vine
Yep. So he made his series with his different
personalities.
personalities.
Thomas
Sh
Sanders personality. I'm just gonna write that.
yeah, she did Virgil, his anxiety, and I did his. Oh, I completely forgot about that. She just showed me my Star Trek wallet, and I forgot we did Bones and Chekhov.
Bones and Chekhov. Okay, nice. Nice. Now on to dream cosplays. Cosplays you would love to do, but either you don't have the skill yet, the time, money, or patience to do.
Oh, there is a couple of
So
those.
top five.
Top five. We can go with is this is an old throwback, but from Subasa Reservoir Chronicle, Five Flow Right. That's a throwback and a half.
Who?
Five Flow Right, so it's FAI,
F
and
FAI.
and then there's different ways to spell his name, but it's like the most canon one is like the element fluorite.
I know how to spell Subasa because I've heard of that one. Oh, Subasa.
Reservoir Chronicle. That's the guy.
Why does
That
he look?
isn't.
Why does he look? And I'm not. And
It's
I'm not meant to disrespect this, but why does he look like an extra from Yuri on Ice?
it's the clamp. It's the clamp proportions.
All right, Phi. Oh, okay. Phi D is what I saw the name.
Yeah, Phi D flow right.
No, not Phi. Phi.
Um, let's see. From D Grayman, Uconda. That's another throwback.
Man, they're like just going like mid 2000 animes right here.
I really am. There was some good anime back then.
Making you're making me feel old. I'm pushing 30. I recognize like half these names.
I'm getting up there myself. Zoro from One Piece. I always wanted to do him.
Uh Roronozo. Yes. He is I have a One Piece cosplay I plan on doing in 2025.
Oh, that's a good plan. Way out
Yeah,
there.
it's because he's gonna be. I mean, I'm gonna have to buy everything on off of Amazon, and I'm gonna have to, and I can't find.
Yeah.
I can't. There's one particular item I can't find. I'm not gonna have someone to make it. So I found 18th century wrist shackles. I'm going to be going as Gold Roger.
Okay. Yeah, I can see why that would take some time.
I found everything I need on Etsy, Amazon, and another website. I'm like, we're doing him in 2025 and gonna enter him in a small cosplay contest just for the shits and giggles of it.
Heck yeah.
I just want an excuse to go up on stage and say his famous line from the four kids TV version.
Not the four kids.
It's got the best. It's got the best intro though. The One Piece rap.
Gotta go, gotta go. Yep.
Uh,
I remember those times. Speaking of four kids, Rio Bakura from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Rio.
Yeah,
Um.
the
Uh.
original
I'm looking up
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Rio Bakura. Oh, Rio Bakura. Oh, where he seems nice and innocent, but then again, then he's like turns. I remember the episode I saw where he was fighting those three punks in the graveyard.
Yeah, that's good. That was a good episode.
Yeah, he looks
Um,
nice. And are you gonna do his like innocent looking version or his like mean like F around and find out version?
Probably the F around and find out version.
Oh, so
Yeah,
I mean,
Yami Bakura.
and the best thing is, his outfit is really simple: blue striped shirt, blue jeans, and I think what white well, depending on you
Yeah,
know, but like he's a really simple character to do. The outfit is such a is the simple. Are you gonna have the dual disc as well?
if I can find one for a reasonable price.
I used to have one of the original ones back in the day. They're like, if you can find one, a decent one, you're looking anywhere from the $100 to $200 range for like the old fashioned one
Easily.
where you press the button and just like goes like this and then just yeah. I used to have the old one
Yeah,
back in the day. I regret getting rid. I regret ending up in the void of no return, learning that it's worth a
yeah,
lot of money.
yeah. I regret my parent not insisting on my parents getting me one when they were like $20 at Walmart.
Yeah, $20 then it's $200 now.
It sure is, but still.
So you got
Um,
Rio Bakura, 5D, Yukana, Zoro, and the last one.
a humanized version of Flygon from Pokemon.
Why I'm not familiar. Is this old gen or new gen Pokemon?
Gen 3.
Why
So older.
Pokemon. Do I know what? Okay, the dragon type Pokemon or fairy type
Yeah,
Pokemon.
the first Dragon Ground.
Oh, is that a fairy? No, it's a dragon.
No,
Is that a dragon? No, it's
it's
a
a
fairy.
dragon.
Is that Pikachu? No, it's a fairy. Fuck.
Yep,
I do allow one F word on this podcast, by the way, so use your F word wisely.
of course.
So now on to, as I call it, cosplay mishaps. Whether it happened while at the con or getting ready for the con.
Ooh. Um,
And what was the cosplay?
I have to say cosplay mishaps. Those don't happen often to me. For
Even if it was just like something
it,
minor.
um,
And never feel embarrassed about
oh no,
a major cosplay mishap because everyone has them.
it
Just so you know, people,
happens.
even your most professional, well-known cosplayers have had their cosplay mishaps. And they still do to this day. I don't care how long you've been in this hobby for, whether you just started or it's your full-time career, you will have a cosplay mishap, and it's nothing to be embarrassed about.
You will certainly. And frankly, thinking back, the only one I can think of off the top of my head, not properly sealing body paint
Why
on
was it?
Amethyst.
I was just about to say I saw the M at this one, and I'm not being this disrespect. Now you were even saying that like the purple was all like blotchy and everything.
Yeah, it was. First, don't get water activated body paint when you live in Florida. That did not help because I was sweating.
Oh, so Snazaroo and Maron are your best friends.
Yeah, Yeah,
Sazerac is like a decently cheap alternative. You want to go on the semi-expensive side, but Mehron is your best friend.
yep. And I now know that, but that was 2017, 2016, and I didn't know anything about body paint, so it was going on bad, and it was not sealed properly. It was sealed, but not well
Okay, so
enough to
like
hold up.
this was like still around the time Steven Universe was still like going on because the last season was in like 2017. So it's like you were cosplay when like it was still in the hype.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, hello again, Brooklyn.
Cat
She
just
has
wanted Cat
she has
just want.
made her entrance.
Oh. Now this is probably my all-time favorite. I call it cosplay convention horror story. No, convention horror story. It's basically just something like made you go like, did that actually just happen to like, okay, that was weird. And that's like, we got a story you can share that is appropriate because this is a PG-13 channel.
Oh yeah.
Gotta keep it semi-clean.
Oh yeah, of course. Hmm. Going back through the years. Let's see. If I had to say that horror story, it would be I don't even remember what cosplay I was wearing. I think I was wearing Castiel from Supernatural.
Nice.
Full this was when I was still learning how to do 5 o'clock shadow, so it looked more like 10 o'clock shadow than anything. Uh
That's why I just
and
get like the fake beards. If I have to shave my beard, I'll just get a fake beard. I don't want to do that. I'll go through all that stuff. No offense to anyone who like, if you can make it work, good for you. Me, I'll just shave the beard and get a fake beard, or until I learn how to
yeah.
dye my, I learn how until I learn how to temporarily dye my beard for other cosplays.
Um but yeah, guy walked up, had the really caught the cardboard box strapped on, little sign that said girlfriend applications. I think I was 17, and this guy easily looked like he was 25. And I'm like, you know what? For the lulz, never heard anything from that guy. So I think he was smart, but still, looking back, I'm like, did I really actually do that? And
Wait, what'd
I
you do?
did. Filled out a girlfriend application.
Ooh, stickles. It's in that same category of a random Deadpool cosplayer saying, "Will you marry me?" with the fake ring,
With the ring pop rings. Yep.
or please be my waifu, or the convention trends as I call them from the pay me $5 and I'll step on you, slap on you, spin on you, degrade
Yep.
you till that you're a or glom circles, yaoi paddles, all those.
Oh goodness. Yep.
The stuff like and I'm just I've known about conventions since 2009, so I've seen all the trends that people talk about on the internet. I'm just like, yeah, or the good old Death Note days where a light would be handcuffed to a L.
That still happens. What are you talking
Hmm.
about?
I don't want to. No, I remember the first time I saw my. Anyway,
Yeah.
awkward moment
Yeah.
to see.
Yep. That was a choice.
Hmm. I'm not trying to judge cosplayers on the con trends they do, but it's just a bit awkward.
Yep.
Now on to your favorite convention moment. It's like it's something to this day you still remember that made you just like the happiest person at the con.
It's recent, but it
Ooh.
still lives.
Hey, recent counts too.
Um, is actually from MetroCon just last month. I was wearing Asmodeus from Hell of a Boss, Ozzy. Um,
Who?
eh, cat hair.
Yeah.
Eh. Um,
Mo.
Ozzy or Asmodeus from Hell of a Boss. He's known by both names.
Is he the one with the TV looking head?
No, that's Fox.
I'm looking at Osmodeus right now. Continue.
Wearing him, not really having the confidence of like, oh, no one recognized me at Hallmat in this
Oh,
cosplay.
oh, this
Demon
guy.
Chicken,
The one that is with, if I'm not mistaken, isn't him and Fizzarolia thing?
a thing. Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I said a thing.
there's something, that's for sure.
Oh, that must have been an interesting cos. I think that's actually on your. If I can show people a picture of your cosplay.
Yeah, absolutely, of course.
Burr,
Uh,
burr, 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 burr.
yeah, wearing him, seeing that there was a has been hotel slash hell of a boss meetup, and I'm like, I'll pop in. No one's gonna recognize me. And I walk up, and someone is wearing, yep, that's me.
Okay, so I gotta ask real quick.
Yeah,
How tall were those heels?
5 inches.
Oh, oh.
Yeah, that was a miserable day.
I do not doubt it.
That is, and I'm smart, and I have like the cheaper inserts, but still like passable. They work in normal shoes. They don't last in those heels. Um, but yeah, wearing him, popping into the meetup, um, and then in comes someone who has made a cosplay from the most recent episode. Um, they made Queen Bee, and it was just like, oh my god, the two of the seven deadly sins at the same meetup. What are the odds? And just the excitement that we both got seeing each other, um, and just the fact um, that I finally got recognized and feeling that pride of, oh my god, this cosplay I've spent so much money on and worked so hard on, it finally clicked with people. Um, and that just I coasted on that the entire day.
Nice. Might as well take it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. So before we end this, because I actually asked a good chunk of the questions already. I asked a good chunk of the questions already by fast. If I forgot anything, I do apologize. Any last minute advice you want to give throw out there to anyone who's watching this?
Um, don't be afraid to start small. Um, whether it be uh fear of messing up that wig, um, jump in, but don't jump in the deep end. Um, do what do what makes you happy. Obviously, there's going to be people that are just gonna be like, "Wow, I hate that character," or "Wow, I just hate that series in general." Don't care what they say because there's always going to be haters, especially with shows or series or people that have controversies for whatever reason. Uh, if you like it, that's what matters to you. So do what you like, start small, build your confidence. It again, 13 years, and I'm still learning how to sew again. So, um, and don't be afraid to feel a type of way if cosplay makes you feel comfortable in a certain gender of clothing, whether you're female and feel a type of way in male clothing, or you're male and feel a type of way in female clothing, or you're not binary and like both. Feel your type of way and enjoy it and own your type of way. Because that's a way I felt. I have not cosplayed a female character in 13 years.
And there's, as I always say, and it's a thing I've been saying for the past 2 years on this channel. There is nothing wrong with that. Cosplay whoever you want to I mean, within reasons. If you're underage, I do strongly suggest be careful who you cosplay at a young age. Learn from our mistakes about cosplaying certain characters. We, I mean, I didn't start
Yep.
cosplaying until I didn't start cosplaying until I was until like 2017. But like, I'm sure you can strongly suggest if you were under the age of 17, it's like be careful who you cosplay, just because there are,
There are creeps. Um, yeah, definitely. I will say be careful what you cosplay. Even at 26, 27, there's still going to be creepy people. So
and
that's
cosplay
another
does not
thing.
equal consent.
Absolutely. Don't be afraid. Con security is your best friend in those scenarios.
I completely agree. So finally, we are finally at the end of this. Real quick, Desya, would you like to drop those links so people know where to find you on social media so they can stay up to date with your cosplays?
Yeah, I am on Instagram at Trombone Desya _cosplay. TikTok has made a resurgence for me at just Trombone Desya. Um, if you really want to peep my Tumblr, that's also at Trombone Desya,
You
but
have a Tumblr? How old are
it's
you? You're
old
old.
enough. Uh, Twitter does not exist for me.
Oh, you
I
mean
think if
X?
no, we dead name Twitter here.
It's the only name that gets named on this channel.
Exactly. I think I've posted like 2 pictures on my Twitter, so that just does not exist. That's pretty much it for me.
Links in the description below. I gotta remember to actually start putting the links of the people I talked to because I haven't done that in a while. For shame. For shame.
Oops. It's fine.
So again, Desya, thank you for coming on to Cosplay Contact to talk about your cosplay and convention experience. Always a pleasure having new people on. Looking forward to have you on this channel for probably the other segments I do. And as always, I am Winnie Unknown. Until next time, thank you for listening, and as always, thank you for watching.